In yesterday's lecture, we have seen the same poem, and today's lecture we have to see this poem's appreciation and some poetic devices. So let's see some figure of speech from the poem. Here is some example of figure of speech which are appeared in the poem. Firstly, we have to see alliterations example. Slowly, silently, now the moon. Sound S is later repeated again and again, and this is for the poetic effects, special poetic effects, and due to that reason, this is the use of alliteration in this line. Also, there is a use of personification. So, we all know that personification means while in the sentence the human qualities gives to non-living thing means things or objects for the non-living things, it's called a personification. So here is one more example of the personification. Let's see. The moon walks the night in her silver shoes. Here in the sentence, moon is personified by assigning the human quality of walking, because we all know that moon can't walk, but it's illusion. But here in the sentence, poet explained the line like the moon is a human, and that's why like a living thing, moons are walking. Let's see some another example. Before the explaining the whole poetic devices, we have to see the rhyme scheme of the poem. Student, you all know rhyme scheme depends on the last letter of the poem's line. Each line, we know that rhyming words are appeared in the poem. So rhyme scheme is depending on the rhyming words. Here, if we observe this poem, slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. If we observe these two lines, last letters of these two lines is moon and shoon. So these are the rhyming words. If we have to write the rhyme scheme of the poem, that time use the alphabet A to Z as a small. Don't use a capital letter while you are writing the rhyming scheme of the poem. For the same sound word, you should give the same letter. Like if you use the moon and shoon, these are the same sound. So we can write here A in front of these two lines. Then if we observe the more two lines of the next stanza, particularly rhyme scheme is used for a particular stanza, but in this line, this poem is appeared here like a couplet form. Two lines have a same rhyme scheme, so this is the couplet form of the poem, and that's why here, if we observe this next two lines, this way and that the pears and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. So seas and trees, another rhyming words of these two lines, and the rhyme scheme is here A, B, B, C, C, and more. So the every line have a couplet form. So one by one the casement catch her beam beneath the silvery thatch. Catch and thatch, these are a rhyming words. So here we can use C C, the letter C C. So thus for further line we can use the same letter like a D D, E E, F F. Cast in his kennel like a log, with paws of silver sleeps the dog. Here in these two lines, log and dog, these are the rhyming words. So here we can use EE or DD continuously like A, B, C, D. You can use the alphabet in small letters for write the rhyming scheme of the poem. So A, B, B, C, C, this is the rhyme scheme of the poem. Let's see some example of poetic devices, more examples of poetic devices, because in this poem poet has used mostly magical effect of the moon on the object. So that's why for the imaginary, for the symbolization, poet has explained lots of figure of speech in this poem. So firstly we will see what mean by personification. So personification is a figure of speech where human qualities are given to the objects, animals, and ideas. It means the non-living thing is explained like a living thing. Here, first, if we observe the first line of the poem, like slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. So, walking is a quality of human, but here the poet explained and personified the moon like a lady or a woman, and that's why here he explained that the moon is walking. So that's why here is a use of personification. So personification means where the human qualities are given to the object, animals and ideas, and the objects are explaining like a living thing. Actually, it's a non-living thing. So let's see the example of personification in the poem. Slowly, silently now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. So her word is explaining here, describing here that moon is describing like a human quality, like a woman or a girl. So the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. This is the example of personification. Next, we have to see the use of alliteration. In the poem. Here, the moon is compared to a human quality, that the moon has wear the silver shoes. Walking quality is explaining like a human quality, living thing, and that's why this is the use of personification. Next, we have to see another example, another figure of speech or a poetic devices. It's the alliteration. So, students, what mean by alliteration? Let's see. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound of two and more neighboring words. So, alliteration and repetition are similarly, most of students has confused between these two poetic devices. But remember students, while you are observing about alliteration, alliteration means repetition of consonant sound of neighboring words. Further, if we see the repetition means the repetition of whole word. Repeat the word again and again, that time you can write repetition. But in the alliteration, the difference between alliteration and repetition is mostly like that. The repetition of consonant sound means alliteration, and the repetition of word means repetition. So here it is the repetition of consonant sound of two and more neighboring words. So there are lots of examples of alliteration in this poem. Let's see one by one. In first line, slowly, silently now the moon. Is this line? S is repeated. S sound is repeated two times. Slowly and silently. In this word, S sound is repeated. And these are the neighboring words. That's why here is a use of alliteration, like slowly, silently now the moon. So this is the example of alliteration. In next line, walks the night in her silver shoon. If we observe this line, there is also repetition of s sound, means ss sound. So walks the night in her silver shoon. Silver and shoon, these two words start with the s letter. So that's why here is a use of alliteration. If we observe third example of the alliteration, let's see the third stanza. One by one the casement catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. So this line, her beams beneath the silvery thatch, in this line letter B is repeated, and these are the neighboring words. So BB is repeated, and that's why there is a use of alliteration, like her beams beneath the silvery thatch. So beams and beneath starts with a B sound, and that's why here is a use of alliteration. Let's see one more example of the alliteration. In the next stanza, cast in the canal like a log, with the paws of silvery sleeps the dog. So with the paws of silver sleeps. In this line, silvery sleeps, the sound S is repeated two times. So there is a use of alliteration because the S letter is repeated, S sound is repeated, and so this is the example of alliteration. We have seen 1, 2, 3, 4 example of alliteration, and if you observe that the neighboring and called it like this is a use of alliteration. So mostly in this poem use the alliteration figure of speech by the poet. So the last example of the alliteration is more by silver reeds in a silver stream. Here again the S sound is repeated by silver reeds in a silver stream. So silver and stream, these two words are neighboring words, and in these two words SS sound is repeated. The consonant sound is repeated. So we have seen the definition of the alliteration, that it is the repetition is a figure of speech which is repetition of consonant sound at two and more neighboring words. Here in the poem, we have seen only two words. Sometimes it will be repeated three, four times the same sound or a same letter is repeated. That time also use of alliteration. Here in this poem, there are only two words repetition, but sometimes it will be more than two. So this is the use of alliteration in the poem. Now we have to see next poetic devices and its simile. So, simile is a figure of speech which compares directly two unlike things using as and like words. So, here is a direct comparison between two objects in this simile poetic devices. Simile and metaphor are also same, but in the metaphor there is an indirect comparison between two objects, but here in the simile there is a direct comparison between two unlike things, unlike object or words. But in the simile, the use in the sentence as or like word is using for of the poetic device. So this is the use of simile, like and as word is repeated in the line. Sorry, used in the line. Let's see the example of simile in the poem. In the fourth stanza, you can observe this line. Cast in his kennel like a log, with the paws of silver sleeps the dog. Here, the like word showing the indirect comparison, direct comparison between two objects. The dog is compared with a log, means a wooden piece. डॉग जो है उसे वुडन पीस के साथ में कंपेयर किया गया है डायरेक्टली बाय यूजिंग द वर्ड लाइक. सो दैट्स व्हाई this is the use of simile. This is the example of simile in the poem. Next is metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech which compares two unlike things without using like and or as word. Means just we have seen that in the simile there is a use of as and like word, but there is a difference between simile and metaphor. What is the major difference? The major difference is like that in the simile there is a use of as and like word, but in the metaphor there is no as and like words using, but there is an indirect comparison between two objects. So let's see some example of metaphor. First one is, with the paws of silver sleeps the dog. Cast in his kennel like a log. This is the example of simile. And if we observe this line, you can find that there is a use of like word. So this is the use of simile. But in the next line, with the paws of silver sleeps the dog. Here, as and like word is not using, and the comparison between two objects are given here. So that's why there is a use of metaphor. Look here, with the paws of silver sleeps the dog. Then another example is here of doves in silver feathers sleep. Doves feathers are called like a silver feather. Silver sleep. Doves sleeps also compared like a silvery sleep. So this is the example of metaphor. Then with the paws of silvery sleeps the dog. The dog's paws, जो legs of dogs है, which is compared with the silver. This is the metal and this is very precious metal. So that's why here the poet explained that the dog's paws looks like a silver or a silvery. It's the color. So that's why here is a use of metaphor. These two examples are given here of the metaphor figure of speech. With the paws of silvery sleeps the dog, and one more is of doves in silver feathers sleep. Let's see one more example of figure of speech, and this is assonance. And assonance means it is the repetition of first vowel sound with the word. Now we have seen the alliteration, which is the first consonant sound which is repeated, but it's not same. The consonant sound first letter is same. There is a use of alliteration, but in assonance there is a repetition of vowel sound with the word, and it should be not neighboring words. Okay, so assonance means a repetition of first vowel sound with the words Here is some example of assonance. This way and that, she peers and sees. If you observe this line, if you see this line, you can understand, student, in this peers and sees word, there is a double E is repeated 2 times. Means there is a repetition of vowel, and here is E is vowel. You all know A, U, E, I, O, U. These are vowel sounds. So the E is repeated 2 times with neighboring words. So that's why there is a use of assonance in the sentence. Then consonance, and consonance in the repetition of same consonant sound within word. Okay, in alliteration we have seen that there is a use of there is a repetition of first sound, but in assonance and consonance you have to observe within words, means like a not first letter peers and sees. P and S is starting letter of this word, but we have to see within the letter, like double E is in the word. So that's why there is a assonance in the middle level, but while the consonant sound within the words is repetition, it's a consonance. Let's see some example of consonance. Slowly, silently, now the moon. Here, slowly and silently word, in this word, ly sound is repeated. So ly, these both word are repeated in neighboring words at the end of the word. So there is a use of consonance figure of speech. So I hope you can understand assonance and consonance sound of these two example, by these two example. Then here, slowly and silently now the moon. So in these two words, again ly word is repeated, so that's why there is a use of consonance. Now students, we have to see the appreciation of the poem. You all know that this question is much important in the poem. So let's see how the question will be asked in the question paper. So read the poem, write an appreciation of the poem in the paragraph format with the help of following points. Student, you should provide the points in the exam, and you have to follow these 5 points in the exam while you answer this question. The points are like this. First one is title, second one is poet, then third one is rhyme scheme, fourth one is figure of speech, and fifth one is theme or a central idea of the poem. So let's see how the appreciation of the poem should be written. Firstly, we should have seen the poem that slowly, silently now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. This way and that she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. One by one the casement catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. Couch in his kennel like a log, with the paws of silver sleep the dog. From their shadowy coat the white breast peep of ducks in silver feathers sleep. A harvest mouse goes cramping by with the silver clouds and silver eye, and mooless fish in the water gleam by silver reeds in silver steam. So this is the poem, and which is given to you in the question paper or question. Students, sometimes it will be given for only first stanza for the appreciation. Sometimes the whole poem is given to you in the question paper. So let's see how the marking scheme of this appreciation will be asked. For the title and poet, it will be 1 mark, means half mark for title of the poem and half mark for the poet's name. Then next point is like rhyme scheme. We have seen the rhyme scheme at the first. So for this rhyme scheme, you should give in 1 mark. Then figure of speech and the tone of the poem. For the particular point, you will get 1 mark. Then the most important point of the poem is the central idea of the poem in brief. It's around 4 to 6 lines or 4 to 6 sentences. You should write compulsory 4 to 6 lines, because this point is for 2 marks. Then conclude the appreciation of the poem with the message it conveys. You can write why do you like this poem. It's optionally, it's not compulsory, and there is no mark for this, but for the proper impact, you can write why you like this poem or what is the best part of this poem you have liked. So this is the marking scheme of the appreciation. Let's see how we can write the appreciation of this poem. The poem Silver is written by Walter de la Mare. He was an English poet and short story writer as well as he was a novelist. Here, in this first point, you should write the writer name. You can underline the title of the poem, like here, the poem Silver is the title of the poem. So you can mark like this inverted comma, otherwise you can underline or you can highlight this word for the proper effect of the answer. So the poem Silver is written by Walter de la Mare. So poet is Walter de la Mare. You can write the details of the writer or the poet of the poem. So he was an English poet, short story writer as well as he was the novelist. So this is the speciality. This is the some things about special things about the poet. You can write here. You can write the details of the poem also here, like when this poem is written, what is the special quality of this poem. Okay. So this is for 1 mark. You will get 1 mark if you write like this. The poem Silver is written by Walter de la Mare. He was an English poet, short story writer, novelist. Next point is like rhyme scheme. You have to write the appreciation only in paragraph format. Don't write point wise answer. Okay. You should follow the paragraph format like this. You can write 1 or 2 paragraphs for this answer, but don't write the answer like a point form. You should follow the paragraph like this. The rhyme scheme of the poem is AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, FF, GG format. It is in couplet form. Yes, while we have seen the rhyme scheme question, that time we have seen that how can we write the rhyme scheme, and in this poem there is a couplet form of the lines. So that's why there is a rhyme. This is the rhyme scheme of the poem: AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, FF, GG form. Mostly rhyme scheme is for particular stanza. Okay. Then the poet has used many figure of speech such as alliteration, simile, metaphor, personification, inversion and tautology. We have seen some of them in the explanation. So you can explain one of them. Don't write each and every example of the each poetic device. You can explain 1 or 2 example here, because this is for 1 mark. So write the name of each and every figure of speech which are used in the poem, but give 1 or 2 example of some of the figure of speech like this. Here inversion and tautology is used also, but he has mostly, means poet has mostly used the repetition and alliteration. Alliteration is repeated here because we have seen that there is a 5 to 6 example of alliteration is in the poem which is used in the poem. The word silver has been used 9 times in the poem for the special poetic effect. Yes, if we observe here that silver word is, or silvery word is repeated again and again, but that's why there is a, in the whole poem there is a use of repetition, because the poet used like this word, silvery shoon, silver fruit, then silver thatch or silvery thatch, silvery sleep, then silver string, silver reeds, silver eye, silver cloth. These all were showing the effect of the repetition in the poem of silver word. So this is for the poetic effect, for the special poetic effects or a magical effect of a silver moonlight. The poet used here silver word 9 times in the poem. So this is the poetic devices from the poem. If you observe, if you write the line, it will be okay like this alliteration. So you can write here that slowly, silently, now the moon. Here in the sentence, SS word sound is repeated, so that's why there is a use of alliteration. You can write this. You can write as this, and you can write there 1 or 2 example of alliteration or whatever you like. You can write about simile, you can write about metaphor or personification, but give 1 or 2 example of any figure of speech. Now, most important point of the poem is the theme of the poem. The poet describes the night scene by comparing the moon with a lady. Here in the first line, poet explains that slowly, silently now the moon walks tonight in her silver shoon. Here in the sentence, poet explains the moon like a human quality, and the moon is personified as a woman or a girl, and the woman is walking with his silver shoe, means she has wear the silver shoes. So here the poet describes the moon like a human quality, and this is the night scene of and the night scene by comparing the moon with a lady. So poet describes the night scene. He tells us that the moon starts to arise slowly, and because of moonlight, everything on the earth looks like a silver color. In yesterday's lecture, we have seen the line by line explanation of this poem. So, that time we have seen that how the poet explained each and everything which is turned into silver light, and each and everything has a magical effect because of the silver moonlight, because of the beam of moonlight. So he tells us that the moon is arising slowly, but after the arising, after the arrival of moon, the moonlight spread everywhere. And firstly, moon silently, means no one knows about how the moon, when the moon is occurred on the sky, in the sky. But while the moonlight is spread everywhere on the earth, that time everyone knows that the moon is appeared, moon is arising in the sky. So everything on the earth looks like a silver color, and there is a magical effect of the silvery moonlight on each and everything. The effect of moonlight is seen on the fruit, and what object is explaining by the poet in the poem. First one, poet explained that the trees and fruit also turns into silver, means the silvery trees and silver fruits. So fruit, trees, casements, the windows and the roofs of the house also turns into silver. So here fruit, trees, casements, roof, then paws of dog also changed into silver color. The paws looks like a silvery. Then the dog sleeps, compared like explained like a sleeping dog is a silver, looks like a silver, because in the dark night, because we have seen that the poem is written, the poem is showing us the night picture. So we all know that in the night time there is a no light, there is a darkness. So in that darkness, what a magical effect has shown in the poem by the moon, because the small things explaining very clean and clear by the moonlight. We can observe the trees, we can observe the fruit, we can see the dog which was looks like a log piece of wood, and it's showing the magical effect because of the only moonlight. The effect of the moonlight is seen on the fruit, trees, casements, roof, paws, and the sleeping dog. Then also dove's feathers, eye and claws of harvest mouse. The harvest mouse is very small in size, so we can't easily see. We can't capture easily to him in the night time, but because of the bright moonlight, the beam of the moonlight was spreading everywhere and in the field. Because of the moonlight, we can easily capture that harvesting mouse, and it is harvesting the crop. So these small things has highlighted because of the moonlight. Then here poet explained the dove's feather. The dove's color is white, but here because of the moonlight, the dove's feathers also change into silver color. Then also the harvest mouse claws and eye are very sharp, and it looks like a silvery. So the reeds and stream, reeds means of grass which are wild grass and which are dry. So this dry grass or a reed looks very bad or very unattractive, but because of in daytime it's not look like very much or very good, but at the night time, while the moonlight is occurred, while the moonlight is spreading everywhere, and while it's showing the magical effect, that time the reeds, mean the wild grass, looks like very attractive and beautiful, because of silvery effect of the moonlight. So here poet explains us that in the theme, poet explains us that the reed is looks like very beautiful. So thus the all colored or silver is not a color, but all the precious quality also given here. All these things have become silver in the color like a moonlight. So because of the moonlight, tree, then birds, then animals, and also roof of the house, also the windows of the house, the fruits also changed into silver color. Then the mouse eyes and clouds also turned into silvery color. So as well as poet explaining that the fish which was occurred in the river, in a small river, the water of that river and also the stream, each and everything looks like a silver. So here poet telling us that all these things have become silver in color like a moonlight. Silver is not just a color, but it's a precious quality also. Because we can't say that silver is a color. Silver, we all know silver is a precious and very costly metal which are using day to day life in for ornaments and all. So this is very precious to all of us, and that's why these all things become precious by the moonlight. Means because of the moonlight, these all things are looking precious just like the sun. The moon has also quality to change the color. In the daytime, we can see that the because of a sunlight, everything become orange, everything become bright. As the same, the moon changed each and everything into silvery magical effect because of the sunlight, moonlight. So as the sun, the moon also have a special quality to turn the change uh, to change the things in the silvery effect. So thus we have seen that the just like a sun, the moon also has a quality to change the color and to beautify the things. Then the poet has described the beauty of the night because of the moonlight, and we can see easily the beauty of the night time at the night time because of only moonlight or a silvery effect of moon. So thus we have seen the appreciation of the poem. Student, you have to write this appreciation like this way. You can write like this also. This is the one more example. We just read this. Silver is probably the best English poem on the visible effect of moonlight on the countryside. It is written by the Walter John Delamere. The poet has described the magical effect of the silvery moonlight on the countryside. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, B, and so on. The poem is in the rhyming couplets. Figure of speech like personification, repetition, and alliteration are used here. You can like this short way also, but write the appreciation in detail. So, the theme is explaining here. The poet describes the beauty of the moonlight night. He talks about the moon as if it is a woman walking slowly and quietly at the night time. He says that his shiny silver night of the moon in the shoes. The poet beautifying describing how everything in his surrounding appears to silver in color due to the reflection of the shiny moonlight in the darkness of the night time. So you can write, you can add this point. It depends on you. I like the poem because the scene is portrays the imaginary is beautiful with the words like silver and silvery mentioned in the second line of every couplet. So you can write this critical appreciation of the poem like this. Now we have to see some marginal question as well as the workshop, English workshop of this poem. Let's see marginal question. What are the difference between day and night time? So let's see the difference between day and night time. Day is full of energy and light, whereas night is full of peace and darkness. Days are bright and energetic, whereas night are for the rest and relax. Then days are active, lively, and noisy, whereas night is associated with calm, cool, and quiet. So these are a difference between two pictures. First one is day's picture and second one is a night picture. Mind is full of stimuli during the daytime, whereas mind is lacks of stimuli during the night time. During the day, everything is motion, and during the night, everything becomes still and calm and cool. So, this picture is changed by the silvery moonlight we have seen in the poem. Let's see next question. Things appear silver. So what things appeared, what is changed because of a moonlight? Let's see. Things appear silver. First one, silver fruit, then silver tree, silver thatch, thatch means a roof, then silver paws, which is the legs of dog, then silver feathers, which are the silver feathers of the dove. Here in the poem, poet explains it. Silver stream, the water of the stream, the small river also changed into silver. Then silver reeds, the green, the grass which was dry, it also changed in the silver effect. So these are still some silver things which are appear in the poem. Next question. Read the lines of the following poem. Guess and fill the suitable words to make the lines rhyme. You can see that in the warming up question, there is this question is asked to you, and the dark word is not given here. Here you have given the blank word, and you should complete this question. But you can write like this. Soon after dawn rises the sun. It wakes and illuminates everyone. So you should write here the rhyming words as you can write. Next is, it scares away the long dark night. The shining stars go out from of sight. From trees to trees birds flit and fly, searching for with a sharp eye. The birds that open now show their face, as flowers they dance with beauty and grace. The hill slope wears a grassy green cover, the curved sparkling river its gold color. The clock then crossed to give a loud call, come on, wake up folks one and all. I then wake up good morning to say, let's all look forward to golden day. Student, remember, while you are writing this question, that time you should just remember that you have to follow the rhyming words. You have to write the rhyming words with like a couplet form, like a poem silver. So you should write this poem. You can use any other words here. I just give you an example of this. Next question, marginal question C. How does the moon move? The moon moves slowly and silently. In the first lines, the answer is given here that how the moon moves. The moon moves slowly and silently. Next question, what does silver sheen mean? Here in the poem, silver sheen is the silvery brightness of the moon. Moonlight sheds a silvery light. Shoes of moon means क्या है यहाँ पे? So it's a silvery sheen means silvery brightness which is spread everywhere of the moon. Third question, why does everything appear silver in the poem? Everything appears silver in the poem because of the silver moonlight. Because of the silver moonlight and its magical effect, everything appears silver. Fourth question, only two things are shown to move in the poem. Which are they? The two things which move in the poem are the moon and the harvest mouse. Otherwise, whole things are stable or motionless. But moon and harvest mouse is because in the poet, if we see the line, a harvest mouse goes scramping by. The scramping word is showing us the movement of the mouse, the harvest mouse. So that's why there are only two things which are moving everywhere in the poem. First one is the moon and second one is the harvest mouse. Otherwise, other things are stable on a proper place. Fifth question, how has the harvest mouse been described? The moonlight reflects on the eye and claws of the harvest mouse, making them look silvery. The mouse is running somewhere quickly for harvesting the crop. So that's why the harvest mouse is describing like this. Next question, Which of the object, animals, etc. used in the poem are at the rest without any motion? Means now you should write here the things which are stable on one place. You should write here some example like this. Objects like trees, casements, thatch, canal, court, water are at the rest without any motion, and animals like the dog, the fish, there are some birds, okay. Fish are the rest without any motion. So these are objects, some animals and birds are explaining here that which are stable on one place. Casement, thatch, kennel means dog's house, then court means bird's house nest, then water, casement means window, then trees and fruits, and also the dog, doves, fish. These are also motionless. So next question is, what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? The rhyme scheme of the poem is AABB format. It's a couplet form of the poem. You can write here. Write the rhyming words of the poem. Each line have a rhyming word because the poem is written in couplet form. So every two lines have a rhyming word. Let's see some example of rhyming words here. Moon, shoon, seas, trees, cash, thatch, log, dog, peep, sleep, by, eye, gleam, and some rhyming words. Let's see some question and answer here. If you were asked to draw the detailed picture of the scene described in the poem, what object, animals, natures, and features, etc. will you show in the picture? Make a list. So you can make a list of anything which are explaining in the poem. Okay, next question is, underline the word or silvery in the poem. Which is lines does it occur? What patterns does it show? The word silver and silvery appears in every alternate line. If we observe the poem, you can see each and every alternative line in the line a silver word is using, like a silvery shoon, silver trees, silvery thatch, then silver sleep. Each line, each alternative line used by the poet like a silvery word. So the even lines do the coloring of the object under the consideration. Third question, can you think of a parallel scene of a dawn of evening or a evening when everything is steeped in a golden light? Dawn is the first appearance of the light in the sky before sunrise. The golden glow covering the sky signals to the animals the golden light makes the beginning of a new day. We all have experienced this scene that while the sun is rising in the sky, before that time, before the dawn, everything is a calm and some of darkness. But while the sun is occur in the sky, that time everything changed into golden light. So fourth question, the landscape appear different and different at times. What means message can we draw from this? Difference in perceptions means it all depends on how we perceiving things. Life is full of happiness and sorrows of to everyone, but the difference lies in how we deal with the situation. So student, this is the in yesterday's lecture we have seen the line by line explanation, and in today's lecture we have seen the appreciation of the poem, as well as we have seen the poetic devices of the poem which are used in the poem. Also we have seen warming up questions, marginal question, as well as English workshop of this poem. So I hope you all have understand this poem very well, and you can write the answer of this all poem while this asking the question. Hello, I have completed, ma'am.